I thought you were dead.
My death was greatly exaggerated. So,
like, sub, and share. I know the last video in this format didn't perform well, but all the other videos on this channel also got low views, and I'm also out of ideas for this channel personally. So this is what you get. Anyways, on to the actual video. The year was 2021. After 2 years of nothing noteworthy, FNAF fans got a new game, Security Breach. Saying this was a hyped game would be an understatement. Moving around open world style in a vast, expansive mall with tons of secrets around every corner, it was refreshing, creative, and anything close to that format for the time was Sister Location, which was made 5 years before this game. Not to mention that the game promised a new, threatening antagonist, Vanny, first teased back in FNAF VR. And with all of the weird details in that game, the theorists were gonna get ready to dive all in. And when this game came out in December, fans played the game and thought,
It sucked!
Extreme bugs, difficult, hard, or just straight up stupid puzzles, and endings that make the lore confusing at best. All in all, wait, why am I getting deja vu? Extreme bugs, difficult, hard, or just straight up stupid puzzles, an ending and storyline that left the lore confusing at best. Oh my goodness! Hello Neighbor and FNAF are the same game. The neighbor's purple guy, his son is the crying child, and the daughter's Elizabeth. The children and the neighbor kidnaps are the missing children. I figured it out, finally! But hey, that's just a theory. A game! Okay, but seriously, there are many complaints about the game as well as the theories around it. But personally, when I played it, I liked it. We go back far enough into the channel's history. Me and Declan played it when it came out. We never finished it on camera due to personal reasons, but even then, I thought it was good. But was it really as good as I remembered? Were the criticisms valid? How did future content try to explain these issues? So, I asked the question, did FNAF Security Breach deserve the hate? And one thing before we start though, I tried to fix the resolution to make it 4K, but it was just so buggy that I couldn't do it. I was able to fix the issue later in the game, but for most of the footage, it looked like this, and I had to manually drag it so it would fill the screen. I also want to mention that this video is going to be divided into 3 parts. Gameplay review, story review, a mini-theory before the final one, and the final one will be how I would fix the game entirely. Starting off with the intro, we're introduced to all the animatronics. On the stage, we see that Freddy caught sight of something, and then he proceeds to have a stroke. Waking up, he sees that Gregory's inside of him. Then when Gregory comes out, he sees Vanessa out the window, and then Freddy gives him the Fazwatch, the main tool for this game, and tells him how to escape via the back door. I will need to make note of this. After 6 AM and I get all of the upgrades for Freddy, this will become malfunctional. So I need to make sure I do everything correctly before then. There's the selfish jerk.
Your hair is beautiful.
I'll go into more detail on why I don't like her. From the events, I know someone's gonna bring up that old FNAF Among Us meme. Don't. Outside the vent we see Rockstar Row, and after getting a pass, we now have access to Freddy. Okay, so far this is just a tutorial area. I'm not gonna comment too much unless we come to gameplay. But I might make some comments here and there, like this. This is straight up from the original FNAF location. Now... oh, I forgot the ender climbs down the wall.
I feel you are broken. I feel
The thing about that line is that I truly actually think that God changed that
There's no
intention.
time.
I
I'm
don't think it
fine.
was trying to be more family friendly, because this franchise is about dead kids, so I really doubt the explanation of it was to be more kid friendly.
Freddy, back to your room.
Bye, Vanessa, you stupid bitch. After the encounter with Vanessa, Freddy and Gregory continue down the hall while Freddy explains some of the locations that they're gonna visit. Then they go up the stairs and Freddy loses power. I am not working on the collectibles. That I will not do. I'm not that insane.
I don't know if Chica.
Distraction. Just winding through the hallways right now. I do appreciate that there are multiple save spots.
Well done, Gregory.
Once Gregory is in the security office, he gets access to the security cameras. All of the... So now I have all of the basic, except for the flashlight, I have all of the basic equipment. out of habit, I usually try to collect stuff, but for the sake of my sanity, I should not do it. Getting out of this area, Gregory almost escapes, but not quite, meaning he has to do the work of his FNAF predecessors before him, and survive till 6. The setup is complete, now it's time for the actual game. Save, and entry pass. Now Gregory has made it to the main area, with only Chica surveilling him. You were just downstairs. And
Don't
hi.
worry. You're safe with me.
You definitely saw me. Okay, first jump scare. As you can see here, the wild landmark Chica is in a natural habitat, searching for her main source of energy, a human boy. But the boy is cunning, so he uses his natural size to hide in dark crevices
Who wants
known as
candy?
strollers. I'm gonna try to add commentary whenever I can, but if not, then voiceover me should take over.
Ready, I found the free gift.
Also, I never understood
Lame.
why he sounds echoey in this section in particular.
Sorry, Gregory.
Okay, wait a minute. What does this button do? I have never, ever realized that there was a button here. I thought I had to go all the way back up. This is the first time I ever noticed that there's a button here. It's allowing me to walk right through, which is nice. Okay. After exposing my stupidity, I went through this coffee shop, and then down these stairs, and then placed the magnet on this ATM to get the daycare pass. Just a reminder, this game is over 4 years old. Just let that sink in. I will say this. People will like to give smack on this game for being too different. I think that actually makes it stand out. I kind of like this open world aspect to the game, and it kind of was like the main feature that kind of hyped up the game, it being so different. You can argue with the execution, which I will at the end of this. Standing right outside the place I need to go. That classic move. And one thing that I'm actually glad they scrapped is Chica sounding like a valley girl. It would have been so annoying.
Exercise. Work off the calories while you eat.
And Superstar Daycare. And let me say hello to probably one of the most famous characters in this game, the Sun and Moon.
I am unable to reach you.
Slide into fun. The man, the myth, the moon, sun and moon.
Only one rule. Keep the lights on. On. On.
Okay, hey, what's this? Nose and get the badge.
Oh, why would you do that?
Now with the lights off, I have to go to the generators and turn them on all around the maze. Now, when I first played this section, it was really scary to me. Just trying to navigate this winding maze with this weirdo moon thing chasing you in the dark, I thought it was a very good balance of elements to make something truly scary. This time, however, I just flew through it with some tense parts. I don't think it was the level itself that was less scary, I just knew what to do and I did it effectively. So I guess the only negative of this section is that it's not really replayable. Also, the neon wires that were added in an update definitely make the section a lot easier. Which... oh, here it is. Okay, that was significantly easier now that I know what to do. After being kicked out and leading Freddy to the recharge station, we see the first glimpse of Vanny.
There is no rabbit at the Mega Pizzaplex. Not anymore.
After exiting the recharge station, I went to the elevator.
I want to make sure you are not confused.
What I am confused about is that, what did you do to get yourself so dirty?
Hi. Please take this map.
After getting the map, I disoriented myself by going back into the elevator. While realizing my stupidity, I went back up, then went down the stairs, and then to this vent. Well, I remember this part. Music Man pops up. Music Man! Run. Slide down.
Well done.
Oh yeah, I think this is not a collectible. I think this is actually important. Or maybe not. What does that do? Editor me here. Apparently, the Fizzy Faz, at least from what I could tell, just increases your stamina. And there's like 4 of them throughout the game. After that, I went to this factory area avoiding Chica. And and then made it to the security office, which has this very cool minigame. I remember. Oh, it's going down really fast. It's gonna go by way faster than I thought. Okay. I do think this is pretty creative, having to do a minigame and actually just showing the power, well, not the power, the technology in the Pizzaplex. That's actually pretty cool. God, how stressful this one was. Oh yeah, I remember this part. I get to destroy Chica.
Additional mileage charges may apply.
And the glutton takes her due.
Pizza has been delivered.
Okay, I tried to sound smart, but it sounded pretty stupid. While Chica is gorging herself, I went down past her into the docks. So this is where I need to go to get one of the endings, when I get to 7. I kind of forgot what's in these areas. 3.
A loading dock, but there's nothing here.
Okay, so that was a bit weird. What was supposed to happen was that. But when I was being chased out by Chica, it didn't trigger. I had to go all the way back there, and then re-trigger it, so... That's a bit annoying, but... if we're a game known for glitches, that's not that bad. Next up, I have to maneuver around the locker rooms while Chica is searching for me. Well, did you see me or not? Don't just stand there. Make a claim. Make a guess. Coward. Don't want to peer into here to see if your prey is here. Oh yeah, I'm over there. Wait. You just went in a circle. You literally went that way, and you appeared that way. After seeing Chica deny the laws of physics, I went through this laundry room maze. When I first played this, I remembered it being really tedious, but this time it was actually pretty easy. At the end, Mapbot shows up, and I get caught by Vanessa, and after being placed in a timeout room, Vanessa comes on the screens, followed by Vanny. Using a screwdriver to escape, which was wrapped in a present, I went up the elevator. By the way, I switched to keyboard because I think that might be better for me. This control felt weird for me. Next, I had to jump over this wall near Roxy Raceway. On the other side, Freddy is seen having mystery charge cycle. The only way to fix him is to get parts and service using a backstage pass and then bringing him down the stage floor. Behind him is this backroom area with Roxy being the main threat. For me at least, this was stupidly easy. The real only issue I had was me getting disoriented. If I'm actually going back the way I came, I'm gonna be very mad.
Ready, set, it.
So far it's not too difficult, but that's probably just because I played this game before. Well, I remember this puzzle. You have to use fast cam to take pictures of all these cutouts, and that unlocks a good section.
Got it!
After getting the pass, I went out and entered back into Rockstar Row, then going up the staircase to go to the next security office. And boop.
There's something else.
I can communicate
Don't
again.
anyone
I think you
say it.
fixed my signal.
How do I get out of here?
Do you see the large vent in the floor? Have you ever heard of a monk?
Don't.
See you soon.
The security office area had me going to each monitor to open a gate to let Freddy pass, while the other animatronics were banging on the doors. When one starts banging the door, I just have to administer a controlled shock, so they would stop. It was a bit tedious to go around the room to find the correct button to let Freddy in, but the time limit being as long as it is, gave me room for error. I also found it a bit weird to look at the cameras and then physically having to move to the doors. Yes, I know the monitors on the wall showing where the animatronics are going to bang on the doors, but that's just more movement you have to do. After Freddy saves Gregory, they both enter the main atrium. Now this part was very tedious. I had to go to the 3rd floor to use CD in order to load Freddy down to parts and service. And now the floors are being monitored by the security bots and animatronics. Now in concept, this was a really good idea, trying to find the best pathway in order to get all the way up. But instead, they blocked all of the ways to get up but one. So I just had to maneuver myself around areas the animatronics were guarding. This whole section would have been better if they actually tried to use pathways to avoid the animatronics, but nope! And that was a bad decision. This is an autosave as well.
That should do it. I hope Freddy's okay. I should get back to the stage.
Okay, it
right
was an
away.
autosave. And she just faded into the ether. I just have to make it all the way back down. As you can imagine, it was also just as difficult getting back down as it was getting up. Okay, great. Hey, where did you come from? That's not a distraction. Vanny's here too. Just prancing along. Now the cameras especially show a lot of glitches. Thankfully, I was able to make it to the main stage eventually. Now I use the lift to go to Potts and Surface and hide it before the moon gets me. After that, Freddy gets kidnapped, and before I can rescue him, I need to get another badge. The section to do that is really creative. There are these endoskeletons that move toward you but stop if you look at them. Think of it like Slender Man or Minecraft creaking. Another thing of note is that you have to press buttons in order to progress through this area, and each time you press a button, more and more endoskeletons activate. I was doing well on the first attempt, but a shiny object caught my attention. Oh, I remember. Oh, Nightmare Play. Said I wasn't gonna get the collectibles, but I got one. Okay, attempt number 2.
It's the security office. Should be one of those badge head things in here.
Then all of them activate.
Got it! I can open.
And leave. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave. And leave I did, going back through the vent and then saving. I see that Vanessa has caught Freddy and is now threatening to fire/kill him. Michael, don't leave me here! Entering in, I now have to fix Freddy and get him back into shape. Okay, usually I'm pretty good at these, so I wasn't paying attention. Okay, let me just try that again. Kinda wish there were autosaves. Particularly with the Mimic, they definitely improved some of the criticisms fans had with this game. And I think the autosave in that game is actually a lot better than this one. What? That was in the correct order. Just remember that there was a save right here. I clicked that! Okay, this is weird. When you get to this section on the controller, you can just press the button, but how do I know what I'm supposed to click if it's not the actual wire or the actual button? I'll just get the controller really quick. This is just a personal preference thing, but depending on whether you like it with a keyboard or mouse, it really influences the game. Like when you saw me at the beginning of the video, I used a controller. Then I switched to keyboard and I liked it a bit better. And now I'm back to using controller because I don't know how to do that properly. So I guess the only real downside personally is that you don't get to spin around as fast with the controller. But I don't think it's going to be too bad. I just have to get used to it.
What?
To reconnect Freddy's
See?
head,
The
repeat
buttons
the
are actually
correct
there.
sequence by
For some reason
pressing
the
the
mouse, I
flashing
don't know what to
connectors.
click. A, B, X, Y.
Good job. Freddy
There you
is
go. I
all
told you I was
patched
good
up
at
and
this.
ready for the big show.
After the procedure, Gregory sees that the other animatronics have new upgrades and wants to give them to Freddy. I couldn't move when he said this, so I just spun in place. Going up the elevator, I enter into Roxanne's room while she's having a big sad emo moment. Oh, sob and cry.
Freddy, get out of my room!
Like, was there actually something to Roxanne at a certain point? Next, I need to climb into the vents in order to get a party pass, letting me into either Monty Golf or Fazablast. Oh, I did not know Music Man. I did not know Music Man that came in there. After getting the pass on the next attempt, I needed to go to the recharge station for the hour, and afterwards, I need to try to get into the atrium. Also, using Freddy as a means of transportation is actually pretty helpful, because you don't have to constantly check over your back over every single area. Like, once you pass an area, that's just complete.
A few moments later.
Okay, I forgot that you get jump scared when that happens. I completely forgot about that. After some more meandering, I made it to the atrium and then the Fazablast elevator. And down into Fazablast. Come up here. I think this was one of my favorite sections when I played personally. Let the games begin. Okay, it was a bit weird on controller, but overall that was pretty fun. Nice, simple minigame section. I think there was... Hold on, can I go back this way? There was something up there.
Where
I
does
think...
this vent go?
Okay, if I remember correctly, this is the Princess Quest minigame, which I actually need to do in order to get one of the ending.
Freddy, that rabbit lady's in a secret room above Blast. Vanny?
Fanny. It is very similar to Vanessa. And also Bunny. That cannot be a coincidence.
Oh, really? I mean, I've been giving this game, like, moderate amount of praise, but that line is a bit too on the nose. Just stares down. Okay, so I was right. This quest is up here, but not one I can actually play yet. I think this is actually important. Yep.
Pulling for us.
These little things that I remember. Up I go. Also, there's this one thing you can do, which is just very funny.
I am your friend.
Going back up, I can now go into Bonnie Bowl.
Hello there.
Walking around the area, I went to the ice cream parlor. Oh, and there's the baby bot, serving ice cream no less. And there's the paper pals. Yeah, there are indeed definitely connections to the original games. It's just, people just don't like the way it's executed. In the back room, I picked up some Monty mix and a Golden Monty. Remember him, he'll be important later. Hi.
Gregory.
Back in the atrium, going to this back room, I went down a very creepy elevator to get back to the kitchen, putting down the Monty mix in a compactor like she's in a mousetrap. After I activated the generators for the compactor and also shot Chica, she proceeded to gorge herself, and with extra broom, or whatever that thing is, Gregory had to jump in, letting the compactor crush Chica, but sending down Gregory as well. After getting the voice box, I had to maneuver around these trash mazes and this deep freezer. It overall was a pretty good section. Entering the totally not lore-filled warehouse, I went all the way back up, got a Freddy upgrade, and implemented the voice box into Freddy flawlessly, and made it to the recharge station on time. Hi, Freddy. Yes, hello. I now have to go to Roxy Raceway. If my memory serves me right, one of the Princess Quest minigames should be in here. And now with the Chica voice box, it's possible.
Hey, I'm Roxanne Wolf.
Nobody cares.
High-speed
One thing I
motor
actually
vehicle.
wish they
Roxy
would have kept
Raceway.
is that during this section when you made the go-kart that's gonna run over Roxanne, you would actually play like a minigame. That would have been so cool.
Nobody likes it.
So nobody likes you then. I know this is for the burn trap ending, so I can't go there yet. After some meandering, I went to the garages. Oh yeah, dance pad. I'm damn glad I got that. So I can see the Music Man. Let me just do Princess Quest to get it out of the way. I'm pretty sure it's in here. Sadly, I wasn't able to find Princess Quest and only got some upgrades. I also found the fire room where I'll fight Roxy later. Oh wait, now I remember, Robot Head is up in the Music Man area. Oh my sweet summer child. Okay. I'm not sure. Actually, I'm pretty sure that this isn't the first case, but that was the first case personally where the animatronic actually got elevated with me. One thing I do want to mention is that there hasn't been any game-breaking bugs so far, which is nice. Oh yeah, shape doesn't work on him because he has glasses. I somehow survived the first jump scare. He like lunged down and like had the shock animation. Has anyone ever seen that? Moving through the fast gate, I made it to the security office, and nothing happened. I switched everywhere, I reloaded the save, I even gave myself a heart attack by clicking new game. I did not mean to do that, I did not mean to make a new game. No. Did I screw myself over? Please tell me I did not. Please tell me I did not. Please tell me I did not. No, do not save. Do not save. Do not change the autosave. Please do not change the autosave. That was a complete mistake on my part. I'm so sorry. Please. No, please. No. That was my only chance. Quit the main menu. Quit. Play security patch. Load game. It did not replace the autosave. Okay. Please tell me this will work this time. Nothing. Okay, what did I do wrong? I'll tell you why, Jimbo. See, remember when I said Robot Head is up in the Music Man area? Yeah, I was wrong. The game isn't broken. I am. My brain is broken. The Robot Head is in here, it's just on the other side of the map. So I've just been restarting, using saves, going back and forth for absolutely no reason. So security breach, you have a pity point. And even I looked up a tutorial, trying to see if I was getting it straight, and only just now, re-watching the tutorial, did I realize the head was over here. So I'm just dead, but I'm also sped.
Heard that.
There we go. So yeah, all of that I probably just sped up and have voice over me talk over, all of it was for nothing. I feel really, really stupid. But obviously I'm not saying that all of the game-breaking glitches are actually just players being incompetent. They're all legitimate game-breaking glitches in this game. I have just been extremely lucky that I have not gotten any. The closest thing that I got was like falling out of the map one time, but then everything reset back to normal. Going back up with the robot head, I made it back to the Fazcade and the security office. Yes? Okay.
The West
Much
Arcade.
better. Okay, Music Man, it's time for you to shine. Number 2.
2 souls remain.
Hi, Music Man. You gotta admit, this is one of the highlights. One over here, this is the most dangerous one since Monty's right over there. Now just run. Just need to run. And... oh, please don't. Don't glitch on me now. Wait, no, is that the final one? I think that's the final one. There's another one. Wait, now I remember. It is over here. Yeah, there it is. Okay. I saw Music Man falling on the wall. Okay. This music is absolutely incredible. There he is. Music Man! Yes! Finally, all my pain that was self-induced is gone. And there he is! The Music Man! With no music.
This game is so buns.
Here's your Declan opinion.
This game is actual garbage. I'd rather play Poppy Playtime Chapter 1.
You're a psycho.
Forsaken is scarier than this game, bro. And Forsaken's
not
not
men-
even scary.
Do not even mention that accursed game in my presence.
Forsaken. Forsaken's not even scary, and it's better, and it's like it's scarier than this game. Devs did not walk in with this one chat.
Okay, and yeah, this really should have been a mini game. That would have been so much fun. like I have to constantly hit her in order to cause more damage. I do like the slow-mo cam, so you can really see how much pain and suffering an inanimate object can have. They really can't feel pain. And let the bullfight commence. This one is actually pretty clever. No.
You hiding from me?
No, don't. Let's try that again. Not looking here. No. Yeah. Just please destroy that wall.
My hair is...
Let's destroy those planks right there.
Why are you hiding from me?
Third time. Right there. Knew that was gonna happen.
My hair...
Finally! I don't know what I did different that time. Just to lure her out without her catching me.
I can still hear you.
We're not looking here. Okay, now's my chance. Now is my perfect chance. Now we just need to go out. Yes! And yes, I do think I'm better than you because I won! At least that section, at least. Okay, finally I got that one done. 5:40 a.m. Hey, Freddy. Okay, now I just have to give Freddy the upgrade, and then it'll be 6 a.m., and then I'll be able to get the first few endings. Okay, get ready to have a new perspective. I mean, come on, you saw that joke a mile away. Why aren't you laughing? Now I go down to the upgrade station, complete the task flawlessly. Jeez. There's a slight misclick and all goes down. And complete. Oh yeah, these are all the collectibles. Okay. At this point, I'm gonna get the homeless ending. I'm actually gonna stay first, simply so I can save. And then I'm gonna do the homeless ending, and then I'll figure out what to do from there. Okay, just have to make it to the exit without losing time or without running out of battery. It should be simple.
Freddy, it's open. Let's go.
No, I cannot exit this facility.
Your bow tie is
Of
a
course you
different
can.
color.
Come on, Freddy. If I leave now, nothing will change, will it? There will be more disappearances.
Yeah, that was never mentioned before. Okay, I'm gonna stay. I'm not gonna do leave yet. I'm gonna stay, then save, and then leave. If that makes sense. I'll definitely go over that with the story section, like what disappearances, what changes. Like so far through the entirety of the game, there was only one kid staying overnight at a giant mall. There was no disappearances like in the original game. There's no reference to that, there was no hints to that. It's just weird. And I completely forgot about that one too. Freddy, why didn't you say anything about the disappearances until now? You wanna answer that to the fans? The very few fans that I have? Thank you to all that are watching. But do you wanna answer that? Oh, I know that look. Save, and then the homeless ending. For the first of 1, 2. There's at least 5, I know that. Okay, I'm gonna make note of that. I think that's an upgrade. Presents for the Monte Carlo thing, I'm pretty sure are all upgrades. Yeah. And here's the homeless ending. Like, this was the first time these missing children have ever been mentioned. Like, it would have made a lot more sense if this was like... Oh, does it have to do with Vanny? Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Something like that, why shouldn't... It should have been mentioned, like, well before in the story. Ending number 1 done. Now with a new party pass, I'm able to go to Monte Golf.
Since there is no flash photography allowed in Monte Golf, fast cams are often confiscated here, mainly because they are only sold in Monte Golf. It is a very clever marketing plan.
Entering the course, I made my way to this food shack where the office is at. Then I grabbed a security upgrade and fast cam and made my way back here. Reminder, it's 6 AM, so I only have the one save station. Meaning, I have to do this area all in one go or it'll reset. Going back to the elevator, getting the upgrade in fast cam again, and safely getting the flashlight upgrade, I made my way to this arcade machine. Inside was the mini golf minigame that was added in the LOORE update. Though it was fun, there wasn't much to see, except these numbered balloons. I could just tell by looking at them they meant something, but the only other person that seemed to notice this was this guy on Reddit, so hopefully this video can bring attention to this again. Anyways, after going up and saving, I eventually learned that I had to go back to the office and get this bag and present to continue the mission. Which is weird, because for the rest of the game, the bags just contained extra lore and were simply collectibles. And the present with the ticket for the next location, Mazer size, was not even one of the upgrade presents. So how am I supposed to know that I needed it? But that's not even the worst part. I also needed to get this control panel pass near this theater while it was guarded by endos. It wasn't too bad since I had Freddy with me. When I got to Mazer size, it was a maze, or figure, but I couldn't just go through it. That'd be too easy. I had to go to this control panel and adjust the maze manually, but there was no way of understanding what I was doing. And to my knowledge, there was no in-game hint to do it properly. Also, the hitboxes were very precise, and if you make the slightest mistake, you probably had to restart the save because the tutorial's answers were now skewed. Don't get me wrong, this was miles better than that Hello Neighbor shooting puzzle, but that is literally the lowest bar in puzzle game design, so it's not a compliment either. After completing the maze, I made it to the Monty boss fight. Here I had to shoot these ball pit ball guns, I guess, into the bucket. When it was full, I pushed this button, dunking Monty in ball pit balls. After getting his hands, I once again flawlessly added him to Freddy, completing all his upgrades. Before further endings, I want to mention that I was able to fix the resolution, so it's actually full screen on recording. However, since this video is probably only in HD, there may not be a noticeable difference. Anyway, the next ending is the loading dock ending. Simply had to go back down to the loading dock with a security level above 7. I tried to press the button here, but it didn't work. So I am at level 7, so if this doesn't work, I'm going to be really weirded out.
Gregory, you have a choice.
Okay. Honestly, what would have been cool is you actually have to find parts to like repair the car. That would have been a cool like side mission. It is just kind of weird that we're able to just drive a car immediately. Wait. Then into the sunrise. Okay, next ending, Bad Vanny ending. I've not gotten any of the Princess Quest games yet. Oh, this is an upgrade, I probably should get this one first. I'll just go save, and then I'll get the ending. Okay, now time for the Bad Vanny ending. I remember this boss fight being a bit confusing, so hopefully it's not as bad as I remember.
Let us end this.
Now I just move around this back room, avoiding Roxy, shoot Chica near the stairs, and then go up said stairs. That's it. That actually was not that difficult at all. I remember it being confusing and weird. That was pretty easy. Yeah, I literally just had to run. Since Roxy was blind, I just had to shoot Chica. So that was actually really easy. Okay, next up is the good vanity ending. First things first. Ready? Ready? Are you stuck in the back rooms or something? Okay, there you are, there you are. Okay. So the first Princess Quest minigame is in a side section in Roxy Raceway. I remember being in Roxy Raceway, I just forgot it was in that side section, the beauty salon. So let me just do that, and that'll be the first. And then the second one is obviously in the Music Man area, and then the final one will be in the actual Vanny section. Oh yeah, I can do that now. Oh, no, it's not this way, I'm stupid. Yeah, the beauty salon. So there's an upgrade and the Princess Quest was right over there. Shoes? What does that do though? Oh, that makes it really, really fast. Okay. I've never seen that before. Now we get to Princess Quest 1. We play as a princess having to light up areas and face off against these glitchy bunnies. Anyways, even though Security Breach is where most people played the game, it actually originated from the Help Wanted mobile port, of all places. There was basically just Princess Quest 1 and Security Breach. I really like the look and feel of these minigames, especially the music. Absolute banger. Anyways, after completing the grave section, I made it to this glitch key. And then check. Like for some reason you literally cannot play this without a controller. At least for me. I don't know if I'm the one being stupid or if there is a way. Because if I just press escape, it just does this. I'll tell you why it passed me. It's because instead of all of those buttons that you tried, you're supposed to press enter. Yeah, the sword. But yeah, sometimes my stupidity astounds me. Because to me, when I think of start, I think of escape, because that's what start does in most... doesn't matter. This section was simply a more difficult version of the first one, but it was fun nonetheless. Remember this one brings us... like, after I beat this, I'm gonna go to the FNAF 1 location. At least a FNAF location. There. And what's inside? Pretty sure this is it. Oh yeah, this. Yeah, that's actually pretty cool. Ignore Declan in the background. Shadow. I wasn't wasn't sure what to do now, so I just walked around like an idiot and then came back. There we go. Yep, there's the FNAF 1 location. Okay, time for the good Vanny ending, which is pretty much all but confirmed to be the true ending. And even though it is the true ending, I'm gonna do this one right now, because obviously the after ending is gonna be the last one. Now, since I'm extra fast, this should be pretty easy. Like, even easier than it was before. Open. And then to the arcade. What? Did I do something wrong? Okay, it seems like I did something wrong. Okay, I don't know what I did wrong, so I'll get back to you. Okay, me from the future here. So apparently didn't actually save that I did Princess Quest 2, so I'm not sure if that's on the game's fault or if I just didn't save. Either way, editor me, can you please get the real answer? Yeah, I just logged off after that video was done recording. I forgot to save. Okay, that aside, let's actually play and get what's probably the canon ending. I'll explain more why it might be the canon ending after this. After going down this hallway, I made it to this FNAF location. Oh yeah, I remember that's based off of the maze in Help Wanted. I then had to light the pits inside the maze. Yep, Jack-o'-Fox is a bit broken. Up. Another chest. A note! Okay. Okay, that does damage. I can't do it yet. Hi, Jack-o'-Foxy, I'm back. Can I hit him? Nope. Completing the maze again, I went to the right door, entering the conveyor belt area. Can't fall in there, of course. Wait, is this intentional? Okay, so the shadow section, and then the glitch bunny. Oh yeah, I needed both the mask and the glitch bunny in order to activate a voice, like audio cue in Help Wanted, so that makes sense. If you're wondering what I meant, here's the clip.
Yes, I hear you. I know. No. There's no miscommunication. I understand. Yes, I have it. I made it myself. I think you would like it. No one suspects anything. Don't worry. I'll be ready. And I won't let you down. It will be fun.
Back to the corn maze. I did not know we can go out, but that's actually very nice for me. And both those open. Strange key. And then... I'm not dying now. And then the good ending.
Bro stared at me like that.
I don't... And then she's free. And of course, after this, you would get the postcard, but I'm a bit impatient, so I'm just gonna skip. Now for 2 more endings. The second to last ending is the VIP ending, and I honestly don't really know how to complete it. Some sources say you simply need all of the golden plushes, some say you need all of the collectibles, and some even say you need to do it before 6 AM. So I'll just play the ending clip while I comment on it. Freddy decides he doesn't want to be a marketable plush anymore, so he sets the place ablaze. On the roof, Vanny was waiting, but with Freddy's new eyes, he could see her and push her off. Gregory rushes down to see that Vanny was Vanessa?
No way! Yes way!
The post-credit scene after this is Vanessa looking down from the burning building. Wait a minute, they weren't the same person? Before I rant about this, there's still one ending left to do. Final ending. The after ending. Let's go. Okay, it's this one. It's the gate. And here's the second gate.
This elevator does not appear to follow any safety protocols. I do not think it can survive more than one trip.
Okay.
I cannot see!
Okay, now what's going on? Why won't it let me press the button? Yes, I'm sure. Okay. With the cursed music. Betty, where'd you go? I have to do the generators. Hi, Betty. The sad part about this is that I have to go all the way from the main atrium again if I die here, so you don't want that to happen. I will just say right off the bat, this area is pretty cool. Just the way it looks overall. Oh yeah, you guys are here.
Hey.
Oh, come on! What am I supposed to do then? Are you kidding me? How is that fair? I'm not sure how reasonable that was, but... Oh, it auto-saves. That's nice. Okay, never mind. That was a stupid decision. And then Freddy. There you go. Okay, there you go. Past the generators. And into the FNAF 6 location. Well, after one more generator. So yeah, even though this ending itself is probably non-canon, this area definitely is. Like, I'll go over in the theory section. This is in FNAF VR 2. So there has to be some reason for all of this being here. Well, that means Burn Trap is real, but I don't know.
I have been here before. She brought me here. I found myself for the first time when I cleared the path. I did not want to, but I had no choice. Now I have a choice. I have changed. My friends are here. They are so angry, confused. But I can protect you. I am not.
Like, why would Scott Cawthon just add all of this and just throw it away? Except for the box. We don't talk about that. Seriously, there has to be a reason why all this was added at all. It can't just be just for shock value or anything. There's Afton himself. Now this is the part that's getting annoying.
What was that? Are you okay? What is that thing?
Okay, that one.
It's Roxy! What do I do?
Doors will not hold her. Hide!
Okay, where am I supposed to hide though? This part is part that confuses me. Where am I supposed to hide? Like, where am I supposed to hide? Let's try this again.
Are you okay?
I kinda wish there was shortcuts for the cameras. Okay, I can hide. Okay. Wait, no, he's not in that one.
It's Roxy! What do I do?
The doors will not hold her. Hide!
Okay, I'll hide in you. He's just standing there. Menacingly! Okay, are you kidding me? Why did he just go in there? I just have to keep dodging her? What are you now after? Okay, you're there. You're there. Let me hide! Okay. Okay. Now go there. No, no. Are you kidding me, Freddy? Why? Are you kidding me? Why can't I hide in you until Alton tries to control you? You're just a momentary safe space? That's all you've come to? I expected better out of you, Freddy.
It's Roxy! What do I do?
The doors will not hold her. Hide.
What if it does? Okay. It's the only place to hide, Freddy. Oh, come on. Come on! What am I supposed to do then? You know what, I'm gonna look up a tutorial and I'll be right back.
Later.
Okay, I looked up a tutorial. I'm not sure if this is how you're supposed to do it, but this guy named Mr. Catbra basically used Freddy as a, well, not human, a robot shield against Roxy so she doesn't come into the office, which is actually pretty smart, so that's what I'm gonna try. Okay, for some reason it didn't let me in because the ender was there, so... Okay, Monty picked this time. Where's
It's Roxy! What do I do?
The doors will not hold her. Hide.
I'll hide in you? Oh, come on! You have to control right now? Oh, come on! Really? I had to stop possessing Freddy the moment I was gonna do my plan! I'm just running around in circles now. How many times do I have to put after flame? How am I actually supposed to deal with her legitimately? Like, what's the intent? What were they thinking when they designed Roxy to be in here? Come on! How am I actually supposed to do this legitimately? Pretty sure Roxy always comes from the left, so I'm just gonna place him there immediately. Okay.
What is that thing?
Okay, just stay right there, Freddy. Are you kidding me? The one time she can come from this direction.
Nope.
The one time Chica comes from that direction. Are you kidding me? Okay, now this is your time to shine, Freddy. Stay right there. And there. Oh, are you kidding me? You had one job, Freddy. One job. You just don't move. Would you go away? Nope. Nope. No. Just leave already. I already hated you before. You don't have to make me hate you more. Just going round and round, occasionally burn trap. I filled all this out, and a lot of it's just me going around this pile of trash to avoid Roxy. Thankfully, I have all the speed boosts, at least that I know of, so at least I'm able to survive, but surviving doesn't mean thriving. Burn. Okay, how many more times? How many more times? Oh, come on! Running around the trash. I'm just losing my mind trying to multitask this. Why? If this works, I'm gonna take this as a win, but either way, I want to know how to legitimately beat this. How do I get rid of you? Okay, I'm gonna look up one more. I'm gonna look up another tutorial. Okay, so this was actually one of my ideas. I just haven't tested it yet. I'm trying to use Freddy's voice box to like kick her out. So I'm gonna try that first, and if that doesn't work, I'll just block her with Freddy again. But still, what are you supposed to do after she gets in? ignore that. And even then, why would Freddy say to hide if there's no place to hide other than himself? Yes, other than himself, but still. Doesn't really indicate the fact that I need the voice box. Okay.
What was that? Are you okay?
Come on! Are you kidding me? Freddy, just let me scare her off. Okay, I'm just gonna use you as a shield. Okay, Freddy, I'm gonna use you as a shield. Also, this is the arcade game where it's the Balloon Boy minigame. I'm wondering why this is here.
Watch the banks.
Okay, much better. I can really much prefer Monty over Roxy.
It's Roxy! What do I do?
This is your time to shine again for Roxy? No. There we go. All nice and glitchy. So much better. Okay, finally I can relax. What are you doing, Afton? This is pretty funny. I will admit that, but it's just so annoying. Like, what are you actually supposed to do? I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be the voice box, but it's still just very annoying. Yeah, hi Freddy. Keep up the good work. It appears that Afton is pondering the charging station. Yes, quite a fine piece of machinery that is. Okay, back to doing a job. Now I'm just waiting for Afton to just start the possession, and then just moving on. So now it's just whiplash. Like, it was such a high-stress situation, and now it's just really boring. You know what I mean, Freddy? Yeah, thanks for understanding. Now he's just staring at wall. Actually, what's that thing? Is that a heart? Or is that just light? Like, what is that red thing right there? Anyone notice that before? Also, I bet no one noticed this. William, though. Almost sounds like William.
Coincidence? I think not!
I don't know, I'm just handing out this. Because this should have been just an easy, well, maybe if not easy, concise section of final. What? I don't think I've seen that before. Law busting in. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay right here. Okay, finally. Okay. And again, if this ending is not supposed to be the canon ending, why is it the only one with animation? Okay, so that's all the endings. Now time for the review. Before the full game review, I just have to say, this final boss was trash. The loop was annoying, the pace went from run for your life, sit and wait, way too quickly, and was just overall not fun. Now for the game in its entirety. I think the puzzles and locations were decent for the most part. Movement was a bit janky, but not too broken. However, even though I was personally lucky with the jank, many weren't. The save stations were good in concept, but that 6 AM only one idea is stupid. And my main issue is that once you play it, you really have no reason to play it again. So overall, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. So yeah, that wraps up the video, and... Hold on one sec. Yes? This is a FNAF game. And FNAF is known for its deep lore and story. And now it's worse because I'm repeating everything you say into the microphone.
Oh, for crying out loud!
Let's just get this out of the way. The story is convoluted.
Here you go!
Wow! That was pretty brutal even by my standards!
First things first, Gregory. Who is he? Most of the game, he just seems like a normal, average kid that simply stumbled into the situation, similar to many other child protagonists. But clearly, there has to be more than that, especially since after Security Breach, the entire anthology series based on the location was made. as well as a choose-your-own-adventure style book featuring him. The latter is actually really important, as you learn that he's a tech guy, a troublemaker, and a borderline psychopath. Character traits that would have greatly given him more depth in the games, explaining his abilities, personality, and motives. But the biggest and undoubtedly most controversial thing about Gregory is the Gregbot theory. For those out of the loop, the theory is that Gregory is a robotic replication of the FNAF 4 crime child, or David Afton as the current theory goes. This concept of robot clones first appeared in the original FNAF book trilogy, where, quick spoiler warning, the main character, Charlie, turns out to be a robot. This theory was hated at the time, as before the Into the Pit game showed that the books were meaningful, many fans disregarded the books as non-canon. Even when to that point many elements like Purple Guy being Afton, the importance of Henry, and Remnant were already in use in-game. But even beyond that, there was also a line of scrapped audio/text that has Freddy saying Gregory is bleeding instead of broken like in the final game. People took this as a sign that it was changed to be more family-friendly, and that the line has no lore implications. To that I say 3 things. Number 1, it's unused. It's not in the final game or an official release, it doesn't count. Number 2, the final boss is a literal corpse, and all of the characters get absolutely demolished in this game, even the human ones. And most importantly, number 3, while robots can't actually bleed, the theory is based off Charlie from the books, who bleeds. Editing me here? So I was going to show some scenes from the graphic novel where she bleeds, but this is the only one I found that really fits my point. But do know that I've only read the OG novels and not the comic ones. And yeah, it's more bloody than the latter. This would indeed be a case of making it less violent. Just wanted to mention it before anyone else did, and if you want to see for yourself, then go right ahead. I also don't want to be on a list for searching Charlie FNAF bleeding. Just personally. I think the explanation is that the effects of bleeding are caused by these illusion discs, found in the second FNAF book, The Twisted Ones, which in short distort people's perception of reality. But remember, this is before the books were seen as impactful to the majority of fans, so if this line stayed, it would have been way harder to validate the theory. And the fact that Scott changed the line to be broken, a word with known usage in the franchise, instead of something like harm, injury, damage, wound, or scratch, at least to me, feels very intentional. Also, while I was working on this video, a new theory came out. Can't blame them, this video is taking months off my life, where YouTuber Righthost tried to effectively modernize the Gregbot theory, based off the new info from the books, the Rune DLC, and of course, which for anyone unaware, and in a very oversimplified way, is basically the T-1000, and has recently been seen as vital to the lore. If you want to see the video, go to his channel after this video. I honestly think it's way more confusing than the older version, but it is worth thinking about. Anyway, moving on, there's the other characters. Freddy is, what I expect from a friendly Freddy. The only thing to note would be his connections to the Blob as well as his motives. The theory that MapHat made was that he's somehow a continuation or an incarnation of Michael Afton, which would make sense from the Gregbot perspective. Unlike Gregbot, I don't really have anything to approve or debunk this, but my theory later could provide some info. And then there's Vanny. Oh jeez. It's without question that they fumbled her. She was meant to be this new, mysterious killer, the main antagonist, and basically a legacy character filling Afton's role. But in-game, she only appears 3 times on purpose and randomly during other times, with little effectiveness. Story-wise, she was screwed over too. As if simply spelling it out in-game wasn't enough, there was merch, cutscenes, and general motive of getting Gregory that indisputably linked the two. But then, the VIP ending was revealed. Why? Is this her soul looking down at the wreckage? If so, why doesn't she disappear slowly to show she's not physically there? Does this confirm Vanny and Vanessa were 2 different people? If so, why all the obvious connections? Was it like a bait and switch? If so, that's
somehow Palpatine returned.
Levels of lazy writing. What I think happened is that they fumbled how to introduce her properly and how to utilize her in the game. So at the VIP ending, they added Vanessa looking down from the burning building to keep the mystery. I know that I said I don't think Scott adds things randomly like some people say, That's even assuming that this was his plan to introduce and use her. But in any case, this was simply a huge fail for the fans who waited almost 2 years for this game and character. Finally, for characters, at least the ones I want to talk about, there's Roxy. There are around 86 billion neurons in the human brain. If every single neuron in my brain was stretched out, rearranged into letters, spelling in bold words hate, for each neuron, it does not even contain a fraction of a billionth of my hate for this furry clanker bit. So, why the hate? Well, for starters, in the main game, she's one-dimensional. She's just a selfish jerk with an ego the size of KSI's forehead.
Bro, it's not even that big. It's just because I
never eat soggy waffle.
Okay.
And loves to race. That's it. Now, if that was all, fine. She's simply a character to fill out the animatronic roster. Then came Ruin. Even though Ruin is a definite improvement on the base game, for some reason, Cassie, the protagonist, is a huge Roxy stan. She says she's a fan of hers because Roxy came to her birthday when no one else did. But not only is Cassie a fan, but Roxy is now not a jerk. She actively defended Cassie against the Mimic, recognized her, and in the books, she helps Cassie with Gregory and his jigsaw game. But why though? Why make this new, out-of-the-blue character, meant to be just a high school girl bully, into a main character with no development? Now, before anyone mentions it, yes, there is the storytelling tree in the Tales from the Pizzaplex anthology, where a chatbot storyteller enhances the negative traits of each of the animatronics. But even then, when Roxy is seen as normal, she doesn't even have a trace of her competitive nature. So is there a difference between the character of Roxy and the actual clanker that wears the Roxy suit? Also, if the character change wasn't enough, how about a time change? See, in the latest game as of the making of this video, Secret of the Mimic takes place back in 1979. And while the FNAF timeline is, well, the FNAF timeline,
270, you're the robot! You have gears beeping and pooping in your head! Keep beeping and pooping, 70, you're a robot!
it's still pretty clear that Security Breach either takes place in the present day or in the semi-distant future. So, what is this then? Now there's a personal micro-theory that I have, and probably most FNAF fans believe without even thinking about it. I think that the MCM warehouse where the game takes place can be used to explain all the weird side animatronics seen throughout the franchise. Music Man, Happy Frog, Orville the Elephant, Monty, and Roxy. This is on top of the fact that Fazbear Entertainment is a company connected to MCM, and Chica being made by Miss Murray herself. So overall, not too infuriating. But, to finish off this section, the thing that makes this thing more repulsive than any sort of lazy writing? Hagunas.
Don't worry, Gregory. I can see your search history. What the fuck?
Yes, I know many FNAF fans have this problem in general. I think it's gross no matter what. But combining it all with this toxic sludge of a creature just low-key vaporized my blood. Glad to get that off my chest. One more thing. There's also important scrapped ideas that may or may not have greatly impacted the lore. When I was getting footage for this video, I saw in the PlayStation gameplay trailer that Vanessa was trying to help Gregory.
Gregory, we can get you out of here. You and me together. They won't stop hunting you. None of them will stop hunting you. We have to get you out by morning.
Now, this is most likely something she said to try and get Gregory out of hiding, plus the mechanic of using Glamrock Freddy as a way to travel around was so integral to both the story and the game itself, so I highly doubt that it was a later addition. Still, it would have been interesting if Gregory had this mentor guiding figure only to be backstabbed by the fact that she's the main enemy. Anyway, that's enough for the story presented. Now onto the theorizing. Before I go on, I actually came up with this theory when this game first came out. But after all this time, it's still solid and able to explain many of the weird details in this game. So here's the Afton Agony theory. Okay, I'm gonna try to take this slow so both FNAF fans and everyone else can understand. First, Remnant is a metal/material that has souls embedded in it, allowing for the animatronics to be powered without needing to have a specific human victim. Now after FNAF 6, all the Remnant should have been burnt down, as fire is its only weakness. But Henry didn't know about a crucial factor, another source of animatronic power, agony. See, in the Fazbear Fright books, we read about the tale of the Stitch Wraith, a Frankenstein-like animatronic that probably inspired the Mimic. In its origin, the doctor that created it used objects that carried agony to fuel the creature, meaning that in the wider FNAF universe, Remnant isn't the only supernatural source of power. So, what does that all really mean? Well, regardless if the Afton ending itself is non-canon, the buried FNAF 6 location undoubtedly is, with its presence in Help Wanna Choose straight up confirming it. Meaning that there has to be a reason for building the Pizzaplex here. Now, what do we see down here? Afton and the Blob, entities that were burned in FNAF 6. And I don't know about you, but being burned to a crisp definitely fits the description of an agonizing experience. So, the reason why the Pizzaplex is built above this burnt location is to harness the agony that was experienced there. Before anyone says it, yes, this does indeed sound like Remnantplex. But number one, both theories could be true, as Remnant and Agony are both supernatural energies in this franchise, and are so far seen to be connected. And number two, like I said in the beginning, I had this theory for a while, it's just now coming out publicly with this video. Just trust me.
Say wallahi, bro! Say wallahi!
But that's not all. In another Fazbear's Fright story, a burned man is being kept alive by a vengeful spirit. Sound familiar? This implies that Afton, far from being an actual hell, was only in the hell caused by Golden Freddy. So, when the Pizzaplex came to get agony, it got even more than it needed. This would explain why Glitchtrap and the Nixus program seems to connect to Afton, or why the animatronics seem to have these behavior inconsistencies. All of them are being powered by Afton, as he has the most agony to give. This would not only tie the books, the old games and the new games together, it would even explain how he was able to survive the FNAF 3 fire all the way back then. But this would give UCN a tragic twist. Golden Freddy being hellbent on causing Afton's eternal torture. This ultimately making Afton stronger than ever, giving him the agony he needs to escape and to continue his crimes. But hey, that's just a theory. Before I move on, there's another mini theory that I have. When I was working on the background music for this video, I noticed something similar in both Nowhere to Run and Caught in a Loop. Take a listen. Editing me here. I realized that I was actually referring to Gracefully Into the Abyss, confusing it with Caught in a Loop, but I'm honestly glad I did because it seems all three connect. Now I'll be the first to admit, I am not musically inclined in the least. But to me at least, whether it's the notes or the instruments used, I simply can't ignore the similarities. Even the names of the songs match. If you're caught in the loop, there's nowhere to run. Also, what if the loop in the title refers to this franchise in general, continuing to be haunted by new animatronics, with Afton always coming back? Also, the FNAF 6 location's vents do indeed go in loops, and the FNAF 6 location is the climax of this game, and finally, we see that Vanny was at some point down here, and there is indeed a connection with Vanny and the princess. So I think there definitely has to be something to this mini theory. If so, I'd be really surprised that I, of all people, figured this out before MatPat, or Tom now, FNAF or Unwithered Truth did. But enough theorizing on the game we got. What if I got a time-traveling ball pit to insert myself into the SB dev team? First things first, I'll make sure that the missing children's case that was mentioned at the end of the game was mentioned very early in the game. Maybe after Freddy meets Gregory, Freddy could say that he should
get you out before you're seen as another missing kid. It would be bad for Fazbear Entertainment's publicity.
It would also be brought up when Vanessa catches Freddy in the repair station. I also think that Gregory should be seen as more tech-savvy, as that was a defining characteristic of his in the books, and could even lead to unique puzzles. For the environment, I would also make it so that the Pizzaplex itself feels more empty. Low lights, slightly larger areas, basically a backroom / liminal space style building. Which will make sense, because you know the building is being closed. For the enemies, I would make it so that the staff bots are rare to see later in the game, as at that point you would just use Freddy to get around. Over the course of the game, the animatronics will gradually get more scuffed, and maybe there could be scenes where we see them getting hit or scratched. So those details would make sense. After every hour, Freddy has to go to the charging station, but Gregory has to go to a specific location in the Pizzaplex to reset the power, where he has to avoid the main threat of Vanny. These sections would play like chase sequences, because I think that having hiding spots would be a bit too easy. And even if you could, Vanny would probably just camp the area. Anyway, when Vanny appears, the lights dim and flicker red, like that one teaser. When she is really close, both Gregory's vision and the cameras will glitch. Also, the elevators would be disabled, so you have to find alternative routes to get to the generators. After you unlock the Phaz Blaster and the Phaz Cam, you could stun Vanny, but she'll obviously get back up quicker than the others. I think that outside of some additional puzzles, most of the main tasks of the game can be the same. Keyword on most. Across the game, there'll be collectibles that would help unlock further secrets, and would have descriptions so you would know if they're a basic collectible, an upgrade, or something that would unlock secrets. I would also like the logs found throughout the game to have an audio feature to give importance and, well, to not need to read a wall of text. It would basically be the tapes found in Bendy, or sticking with FNAF, the Secret of the Mimic tapes. I would also make sure that important secrets would explain who Gregory and Vanny really are, as the secret discs in the base game along with other secrets don't really do that. Kinda. It's FNAF. The collectibles will also have descriptions that would be from POV of Gregory, like Cassie's in Ruin, so we can see more of his character and past. Now, before I go over the endings, I'll cover the Vanny fight first. The cutscene won't have Vanny stunning Freddy before he is disassembled, as what are the odds he gets all of those upgrades and still loses? The Vanny boss section would also be an extreme version of the Owly fights done earlier in the game. The shadow animatronics would come at you very fast and would be more aggressive than before, even having shorter stun times. Once you get to Vanny's office, you would get the same endings as the base game. For the endings themselves, I would have them start out like normal 3D cutscenes, and then transition into a 3D comic style. Similar to Into the Spider-Verse or the Distance from Inside music video. Then obviously the ending frame would simply be a comic book. Basically think of the TMNT 2012 end cards with extra steps. The endings themselves will remain the same as with new secrets, they could be viewed with more information. Before the after ending, I want to cover some post-game additions. I would like to add back the rumored time limit mode, where I had to beat the game before 6, back in as an additional mode. This would allow for more replayability and speedrunning opportunities. But you know what's even better than time limits? Random seeds. Games like Minecraft and Baldi's Basics Plus have seed generators to make each playthrough an unique experience, and the game itself replayable. Replayability is definitely a major issue with Security Breach, but there was a survival mode with a seed mechanic, which I would add back here. And finally, VR. They did it with Secret of the Mimic, they could do it here. Finally, the finale, the Afton boss fight. I would have the beginning part stay the same, but after you pass the blob, Gregory now enters an underground security office, with gameplay similar to that of classic FNAF. Yes, I know this isn't my idea, it was Golden Diamond's, but it was such a good idea that I want to incorporate it. Plus, there are still 2 sections afterwards which are indeed my ideas. Anyways, in the office, Freddy still gets possessed by Afton, but when that happens, Gregory uses the intercom on the computer to make an antivirus, prompting a timed puzzle which would be an advanced version of other hacker puzzles seen throughout this version. After that, Freddy needs to reboot to fully install the antivirus, and Afton is not letting that happen. A timer appears and a traditional FNAF night begins. Gregory has to stop Afton from getting in and needs to use fire to scare him off, which will obviously have a cooldown. Afton could also bring the shattered animatronics down to help as well. They would have unique mechanics, like Roxy would be like FNAF and Foxy, Monty would use the vents, and Chica would just be a less aggressive Afton. But she won't burn with the fire, and you have to use the doors to get her away. However, the blob will be saved for later. The movement doesn't have to be as stiff as the OG FNAF games, but the movement will be to the same areas, closing the door, looking at the cameras, etc. After the timer is up, Freddy wakes up, about to say something, and then Afton breaks in. Gregory gets into Freddy, and the real battle begins. Freddy uses his claws to slash Afton, while Afton is as aggressive as ever. Freddy can see weak spots in Afton's health using Roxy's eyes, and can use Chica's voice to stun Afton. Both will be on a cooldown so Freddy's not too overpowered. The movement will be fast and snappy, and quite the whiplash from the first part. I did it this way because there was this whole part of the game, the animatronics parts, and they're only really used to certain sections of the presents. This way would allow all of that time spent collecting them to be seen as more worth it. Further into the fight, the blob's tentacles will come down. It could be both positive and negative, as it will slow both Freddy and Afton down. When Afton is defeated, he's flung at a wall, and when he gets up, the screen shakes. He stares angrily, and rubble falls down on him. Heh, Freddy smirks. Try and come back from that. The Pizzaplex starts to rumble, and chase music begins. But he has to get out before the rubble pushes him and Gregory. Not only does he have to dodge the rubble, but also the tentacles of the blob. They eventually reach a light, triggering a cutscene. We see Freddy climb from below a hill onto the screen, smoke coming from the side in the background. Reaching a tree, he expels Gregory, just as tired as he is. Gregory sits up near Freddy, both looking to the screen. Freddy smiles and says in a calm voice, "Way to go, superstar." Camera cuts to the end pose, where Gregory and Freddy see a burning and crumbling Pizzaplex. The end.